In any event, all that ran aside, Errol Spence, Bud Crawford fought at 147. The rematch clause has been enacted by Errol Spence. Bud has the right to have it at 154, or whatever way he chooses. And there's been a lot of talk about this. Errol Spence also, if you notice, and I'm not the only one to notice, has shown a lot of. I'm not a medical professional of any kind. This is armchair physician, but I think it's safe and fair to say, even watching some of his videos, that he's probably had some neurological damage. Even in the way he talks, I know he has kind of a slow Southern drawl initially. Even before he had taken a lot of damage, he had that, and that's just how he talked. But it's something else going on. There's some weird videos with him and his wife, I believe, or girlfriend.
I'm tired. So yeah, it's just been so hard. I take full responsibility. I mean, he was cheating on me, so I did run that nigga over with my car, but we would appreciate. Would you want to go to Dubai, baby? Do you want to go to Dubai, baby?
The
There was one weird bubble bath video, and
yes, surprise! You gay. That's not all. Go in there. Yes.
It is warm.
Yes. I love you. Just because.
He seems like he's had some damage to his head. And not only has he been a boxer for the past however many years of his life, he's 33, I believe, 33, 34. So most of his life, he's been getting punched in the head. He had that horrific car crash a few years ago. You can look up pictures of the vehicle and him. He looked like Two-Face. Lots of scarring, lots of damage to himself, and presumably a lot of neurological damage on top of what being a boxer can do. Anyway, we already know from Ali, which there may be some extra stuff because he had no genetic marker for Parkinson's, but him and his brother both got Parkinson's. I'm not going to get into conspiracy theories any more than I already have, right? But not just him, what's my man? Oh my God, he fought Vander Holyfield a bunch of times. Riddick Bowe has shown some issues. There's other fighters. It's kind of a common thing. Punch drunk fighters, they show neurological damage. They have neurological damage, and they're not able to talk and function at the level they have been. You want to go outside of boxing, if you remember Earl Campbell, who was a great running back in the 70s. He had neurological issues for his life after. A lot of these sports, not all, but a lot of these sports are blood sports, man. And there's UFC, there's boxing, there's football, hockey should be thrown in there. Of course, any other combat sport I'm not mentioning, if you want to consider wrestling a sport, that too. There's a level of blood sports in it. And I don't think fans necessarily want to feel culpable, to a certain extent. It is the people who choose to go into these professions. It is on them. But, I'm a human being. My only way that I can kind of function and mitigate my own personal culpability is to encourage and be cool with guys retiring. And I said all that to say I'm of the opinion that Errol Spence should retire from professional boxing. And that's probably an unpopular opinion, not just amongst the Spence fans who love him and think that 7 pounds is going to, and shout out to Will Smith, 7 pounds, I'm not going to make any slap jokes because I couldn't think of one, but that 7 pounds is going to reduce or get rid of all the neurological damage that he's already faced. It's not. It's not going to make him more susceptible to Bud's punches, or less susceptible, I should say. It's not going to make him more successful. I get there was a lot of talk about the weight cut, and I heard rumors that even Bud struggled with the weight cut. So it's a bit shocking that he would want to stay at 147. I've heard people with their own conspiracy theories that maybe this is something worked out that Bud can play hardball on the weight, and give Errol some plausible deniability for not continuing with the rematch. But I don't think Errol should continue to fight professional fighting. I think he's had enough neurological damage, more than enough, and that's going to probably affect him the rest of his life. So I don't really feel comfortable seeing him fight Bud again, seeing him continue on. If he wants to go to 154, fight the Tim Zoos and the Harrison, a guy from Detroit, can't think of his first name right now because live. He might even win these fights, but he sustained so much neurological damage over his career, plus the accident, man. Plus, after seeing that fight with Bud, I don't think he can fight Bud. I don't think 7 pounds is going to make any difference. On top of that, we all can't forget that Ugas moment, the weird moment with the mouthpiece where he gets hit a second time. So it's just like, man, it's okay to call it a career. Again, I know a lot of probably Bud fans too, but a lot of Spence fans are not going to want to see that. Even some Bud fans who maybe do want to see him. You know, it was such a heated rivalry without a fight for all this time. Maybe they want to see Errol get what they feel is his comeuppance again. But I don't really want to see the fight anyway. And I don't really feel comfortable watching Errol Spence, a guy I know has enough neurological damage that he probably shouldn't be fighting anymore, fighting. I remember Junior Seau. You guys remember him talking about the NFL. He played, 18, 19 years between the Chargers and at the tail end of his career, the Patriots. Did he play for the Dolphins a little bit? I can't remember. But he ended up self-deleting, we'll say. And a lot of people believe that was because of his neurological issues. It's a dangerous sport. These sports are dangerous. And he's already had a full career. He's 30-plus fights in. He's in his 30s. You know, a lot of guys have retired at this age anyway. If he has that itch that he just can't scratch, like, man, I love fighting so much. We're in a different day and age. Floyd still does exhibitions. If he absolutely has to fight, absolutely cannot, like, man, you don't understand. This is what I love doing. I got to keep fighting. I would suggest, hey, you know, fight Jake Paul, fight KSI, fight, what's his name, Tommy Fury, fight Logan Paul, fight Floyd maybe in an exhibition. There you go. You know, this is stuff that you could do. If you absolutely have to fight, absolutely, you know, there's still money out there in this exhibition world, in the quote-unquote freak show world. Well, I keep challenging Wings of the Redemption. I'm coming for you. No. But, like, seriously, if you really have to fight, if you really absolutely got to scratch that itch, do that, man. Because professional, trained killer fighters, man, even ones that you can beat, because he's still a talented fighter. I'm not throwing his talent out. I'm not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. I'm saying how much neurological damage can he sustain and still be able to play with his kids, still be able to play with his grandkids. And I think we're probably already past that point. So adding on to that point is just going to make it worse. And so I don't think he should be fighting at all, let alone, you know, the best fighter or one of the best fighters on earth right now, Terrence Bud Crawford. I just don't think it should happen.